Well, hello everyone, and welcome back to my shop. Aboard, everyone. Let's see, it's probably about 22 degrees out, and we had a good sunny day yesterday. Got up into the 30s, high 30s, so it melted most of the snow away. That's right, we had our 5th snow of this year. Isn't that something? Of this season. That's highly unusual for around here. Anyway, at least it gets gone in a day or so. Well, let me see. I just had my honey bun, so that's a good thing. And now I feel good and motivated to carry on with my cruise. But this video, this really isn't about the cruise. What we've got is, about a week or so ago, I released that video where I put together a compilation of the engine rebuild and the engine swap of the 235 into this truck. There should be a link pop up around here somewhere. But anyway, it got a lot of views. Well, I mean, for me, it got a lot of views. Now, for some of these big time YouTubers, it's, chicken feed. But for me, it was really big. And what that's done is it's motivated me to put together another one, a part 2. And it's like my wife says, don't egg him on because that eggs him on. Something like that. But anyway, so I put together another little compilation of some other work I've done over the years to this thing, and we're just going to call it the 1949 Venerable old Chevy 3100 Part 2. And we're going to do some heater and some other stuff upgrades. So stay tuned. And we'll see you around. I can't leave well enough alone, so I'm going to continue to play with this thing and get it where I want. It's idling pretty good, but if you look, it's real close to 750, almost 800 RPM. Now that's still a little too high. The engine's warmed up, but that's where it's smooth. And if you look at my vacuum gauge, you can see it's right on the edge of being in the green, which is good. It's sitting there about, it's moving a little bit, but it looks like it's about 17, maybe 17 inches or so, maybe 18 on the vacuum, inches of vacuum. So what I'm going to do is down here, those 2 white dots, I'm going to line them back up to where it's at top dead center on the timing. And then I'm going to shift back here, and I'm going to use that octane selector to do my timing setting. I tried to use my timing light, and it's way off the charts, and I can't even tell from the timing light where it's at. It's so advanced now. So anyway, that's what we're going to do. The timing is going to retard. It's going to really slow down when I retard that timing up. I'm sorry, the idle will. So hold on. I don't know if that's showing it good or not, but it's lined up. The pointer is just about on the 1. And we're at about 600, a little over 600 RPM. I've not even hooked up the vacuum gauge. I'm not even concerned with the vacuum. I thought I'd take a little video showing my vacuum wipers and how they work. You can see I'm accelerating and they're really slowing down. Now what you can do, lit up for a moment and then push down, and there you go, it'll swipe it off. And once you get going, it'll do again. Now one thing I want to point out is I have basically set the wipers to low. I'll turn them on high here in a minute. It's just a matter of just turning the vacuum up. Once I get through some of these curves, all right, here we go. I'll turn it all the way up. There you go, there's high. Well, see, I let off the gas. You can tell when I do because I'm going, they go fast. Now I'm accelerating, and they're not doing, but there you go, they're barely creeping, lit them up, there you go. So anyway, so the lesson with vacuum wipers is every now and then you just gotta let up, let it swipe, and then press down again. There you go, because they're gonna freeze. And there we go. I'm headed towards that clearing up front. Maybe I get out of this rain. All right, we're going to start by removing the handles. All right, now we're going to remove the panel. Pretty good. What's that in there? Now let's see if we can get that window. Well, look at that. Comes right out like it's supposed to. All right. I took a little bit and read the book some. And basically it says remove these 4 screws here, these 3 here, and bring the regulator out from the bottom. There we go. Oh, that feels rough. There's my problem there, probably there. That feels real bad. Well, here's the whole new regulator assembly. Wonder if I ought to just try him. We didn't put him in there. I mean, what the heck? Right here, looking at it. That's the spring that's busted and missing off my OEM one that's in there. All right, I didn't show feeding it in, but the book, of course, is correct. You feed in from the bottom hole, okay? And I've used a coat hanger here to hold one end up. All right, let's do a test run now. The window is mighty dirty. It stays where it should. So anyway, That's my window regulator installed. All right, I got some parts in today. Here's my new heater core for that fresh air heater I'm going to rebuild. I'll do a little bit on that later. And here is, I'm going with a bypass valve. The way this works, instead of just shutting off the feed going to the heater, I want to circulate it so it'll come in right here through the from the water pump, and in the off position it'll come up and back, so it'll be sort of a loop going back to the thermostat housing. Then when you open it up, it opens these both up to go out. It'll come into the heater core. Got the parts laid out, waiting for the electric motor to drive where I put this thing together. These are the gaskets that that'll connect it to the tow board on the side tow board, and also the motor going through the firewall. And this neat little thing, I guess I'll have to glue him. Will go there. Now I just realized I'm gonna need to get me a that's on the other side of this, and I just don't want to disturb it right now, but the lever that goes from heat to defrost and heat, and there's a sticky that goes on that shows how to turn it on and off. So anyway, moving along. All right, here it is, ready to be installed. These two brackets here, that's what bolts it to the firewall. These are your two defrost ports. And that's the heat defrost selector. Actually, it's heat and defrost. So, because it always has heat coming down no matter if you got defrost. So, anyway, there she is. Installing one of these cables is not the piece of cake that you might think it is. You just got to get everything lined up. You get that. Make sure you get that nut on there. And work around everything that could possibly be in the way. Get them started. Crescent wrench on that. I imagine to pull up so far.
Get the heat on and off. Well, very good. Now he is going to go around up top. I'm going to leave as much slack as I can. And I'm going to use another hole than what I pointed out in the previous checkout. I want to bring it out over on this side. So I went from being on that side to here, sort of like put your heat control right there in the middle of a dash. That's kind of traditional. And then I want to put this cable over on the far side, bring it out by the water lines, because well, I'll show you. I want to keep this cable as far out of the way as possible so I can service that side of the engine. All right, here we go. We're going to try show the valve in operation. There's heat on, heat off, heat on, heat off. All right. Alright, we're going to slice this other one off like I did that first one. See, we'll take it to about there. Alright. There we go. All right, now with the electric disconnected, let's see if we can unbolt this bad boy. Bolt number 3. This thing, that heater was installed by the original owner, Lee, and his son, or maybe all 3 of his sons. I had a hand in it, but and that core is still original, doesn't leak, and I've kind of got mixed feelings because I like to. You know, even though I did swap the motor, of course, I'd like to try to keep this thing as close to original and stock as I can, but I'm not feeling too bad about it, as that deluxe heater that's going in here is period correct. You know, that heater was designed to go in from 47 to 55.1, or the first series 55 advanced design trucks, and the new design trucks of the GM. And speaking of the GMC, I am actually, this heater is going to go into the GMC so I can have some heat in it this winter. But anyway, let's pull it out. Alright, here we go. Out she comes. Well, good. They only drilled the holes in the where they were needed. They did not. They didn't cut anything out that wasn't needed. Well, that's good. All right. All right. This is that Arvin heater. This is actually the top. I'm not going to. It actually sits in the truck like this. But if I tip it over too much, I'm going to have the antifreeze is going to come out. See, there's the name. There's the air intake, and that's the actual heater core right here. See? The air is pulled down through, comes out. These side slots here, defrost ducts there, and there's one slot on the front, and there's the electric wire. The other side of the electric motor is grounded to the frame, which of course is grounded through these bolts. So anyway, a real basic heater that's really good. Again, that heater is 70 years old. So is that core, and it does not leak. Isn't that amazing? And it works. So it's going to go in here eventually, possibly before winter, because we need to get him out and run some too. It's been sitting too long. Anyway, on with the swap. We're going to take the bolts off here. I'm only going to loosen these on this side, because I don't think there'll be an easy way to get to them once I get the heater situated up here. Well, there you go. And that's what it looks like. Oh, it looks like some mud daubers might have been in there. Well, let's see. It actually doesn't look too bad in there, does it? For all them years being exposed to the elements. Yeah, that looks pretty good. So I've got a gasket I got to put on here that I'm going to start these three. So the heater comes in, but I'm going to have to do some fitting first to figure out holes. I got these holes I've got enlarged right here for the water lines. And then there's some bolt-up holes. So anyway, let's get to it. All right, I removed the plate. I thought I was recording, but I didn't. The 3 screws here, remove the plate. All right, it's necessary to remove the screw, yeah, glove box. I know I keep saying original this and original that. All right, there's the ring. We'll put him over there. And how are we gonna come out? Straight back. Yeah, no damage. Very good. A whole lot more access in there. All right, I got the hole cut out here. You can see where I've test fitted and pushed it out. Once I get the heater mounted and the electric motor sticking out, then I'll trim around that. All right, I got it bolted in on the firewall side. I got the holes cut for the hot water lines to go to the heater, and I've got the grommets, the rubber grommets installed. So now we're going to try to install those heater hoses, and what I've done is I've taped each end of the hose. So well, actually, now that I've got that in there, well, we'll still do it. Alright, I got him started and I got him started. So now we're going to go on the inside and connect it up. Alright, so we got both lines connected. Electric's connected. It's high. Got defrost ducts. That's all just heat, no defrost. That's heat and defrost, and that's probably where I'm going to keep it. May even tie wrap it that way. There's medium. And there's low. And I'm going to guess when you're cruising down the road, it's quite possible that fresh air coming in may be enough without even any fan. I don't know. I don't know these how these heaters actually work. Perhaps someone watching that has one would know. Alright, we're going to work on getting these hoses connected now. Let me see. I tell you what, I bought a 4-foot length of this 5/8 heater line, and there ain't a whole lot to spare on it. So let's see. Alright. That doesn't look bad at all. Let's start filling it with some antifreeze. Well, it looks full. Alright, we got hot water circulating now. Starting to get hot. All right. Just checking on the inside, making sure it's not leaking. We're looking good down there at the manual valve. We're looking good here. Oh, that's too hot to the touch. Yeah, this cable, let's leave it open. That cable's messed up. And let's come in here. Got it on, running on low now. And I've got it on defrost and heat, so I've got hot air. Let's put it on high. All right, there's hot air coming out for heat. And there's hot air coming out of the defrosters. All right. A good deal. Of course, we go to max heat. So, oh, very good. No leaks. All right. Well, good deal. All right, I've been playing with that valve, and I think I've come up with a fix for it. I had to shorten the cable to there was a little flat spot, I guess, when I clamped it in the bracket, it held it, but I noticed it would pull out okay, but it wouldn't push back in, so I put that return spring on there, and let's see what it does now. There's on, there's off, on, off. We'll leave it on for a moment. Yep, that's where I need it. Okay, good deal. Turn him off. All right. All right, now we got some, put my glove box back together. Well, I would have showed me putting the glove box back in, but it would have been an hour-long video. I guess I could have done a fast forward on it. But once I got started, I wasn't going to stop. Alright, what I'm going to do for now is just use the gasket right here. The insulation is really good around it, and I'm going to use that gasket. I'm going to still see if I can't find the correct ring, metal ring that goes around that, and in the meantime I can use the other one, my solid plate, as a template to make one up. So anyway, I got him secured in there. Did a little found a couple plugs that plugged up the that I had. That plugged up the water line holes. That's good. I did a little touch up. Now that that's the same satin paint, so it'll dry and match better. There's my control on the hot water control. The manual valve here is going to stay open at all times now, and what I'll do is I'll just use this valve to control heat going into my core. And on the inside, we've got the heater connected. Got the glove box back in. Oh, I got to dress that wire up. Dress my wires up. But the heater's in. Everything's secured or cleaned up. And it works. There's my glove box. So that's where we're at. Alright, now we're going to try to take off these rusted strips here that has the lower windlass seal on. And they're really rusted bad, and this old rubber here is just breaking off. Normally you just pick it up out of the way, and it's just breaking off. We hit a bad spot there. And hooty-hoo. Okay, here's the rubber piece that's the lower windlass seal. Notice how it's got that shape like that. And this is the brand spanking new aftermarket steel piece that goes in there. All right, see if I can do this. Now you see this tray right here? Okay, that's going to start in like that. You see that? And it just feeds along. So, well, long story short, the screws won't work. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to improvise with the with these 1/4 inch drive with the drill tip screws here. All right, they're a number 8 by 3/4 inch self-tapping screws. So let's see what we can do here with them. I'm going to try to keep out of the way enough to be able to show it. Okay. Now you see it does secure the rubber, and you can't, until you go to take it out, you can't tell what's under there. So I believe we're going to do all right with that. All right, I'm going to do another while I'm set up, and see if I can keep my head out of the way. All right, there we go. All right, and that's securing it in really good. Slide him on down. All right. Get him started in there. Alright. Gives me a good, okay, I'm all the way up against it there. Alright. Looks like about right. There. Okay. Pair of side cutters did the deed. I've got those industrial strength there. Okay. Industrial strength scissors I could have tried, but these side cutters did a good job cutting that rubber. See, it's not magnetized because it's aluminum. So a little bit more clutch area. All right, our lower windlass is now installed, and here's the driver's side. And I'm going to point out another thing. This strip right here, this is a double stick tape strip I picked up off a fellow off eBay. I just wanted to see how it would do, and I put it on about a month ago, and it's just enough. It just comes up shy down here about, well, what's that, about 2 inches of doing the complete door. Well, it well, you can't really see in there. It's been holding pretty good. It's been holding and sticking. good enough to where I'm going to go ahead and do order another piece for the passenger side door and see. Of course, now they do make a the proper glue-in seal, door seal, but this is probably a third of the price. Plus, you don't have to buy glue. So anyway, I'm going to try that, and I'm going to put it there on the passenger side. All right, that's the, you can see that there's big gaps in the rubber seal here along the door, just peeling off. Look at that, it's coming right, look at that, all one piece. Let's try that. Now this is what I got. This 3M, it's a double stick tape where one side stuck to the seal and the other side sticks to the door. Get the whole thing. Just want to lay it on here so I can get an adjustment. Right there. Right. Stick right there on that edge. I'm pulling it so it's sort of tight. See that out. All right. Now it goes up. Around, move the light. See when it goes down that way, light out of the way. All right, and it comes up just short. So anyway. Well, looks like there's a few sitting here today. Couple Mustangs, couple Chevelles, Super B, looks like a Super Bird up there, an air-cooled V-dub. There's another Chevelle. Another 396 4-speed. Mustang. I used to have a Carmen Ghia. Road Runner.
Good, how you doing? I brought my little deal. Yeah, I've been using it.
440. This is our local IGA supermarket parking lot. They do this a couple times a year. Just people, there's so many antiques around. People just drive up like me, hang out a little bit. There's that Super Bird. That looks like Richard Petty's posing with this car. All right. Six barrel. That'd be 3 deuces. Yeah, look at that big old shifter. Walked right by that. That's a Porsche A four-door Porsche. Now, ain't that something? Huh. There we go. Oh, that's clean. Oh, Redskin fan. Real clean. I'm always curious how they get the steering boxes in these. Oh, another Chevelle. Take all these big blocks in these Chevelles. So Chevelle's the car of the day here. It sure looks good. I got a couple vets. Mind if I video you?
Right ahead.
All right, so what you got here?
37 Ford.
Well, it looks good.
Thank you.
Is that a 350?
Yes. Overdrive transmission.
Boy, they just shoehorn in there, don't they?
Barely does. I tell you, barely does.
So what transmission you got in it?
I got a 204R.
All right, good deal. So you can do the interstate runs with this dude.
Oh yeah.
Of course, there's my baby. Let me see, there's a few more down here, and then we'll have some later model Chevy trucks.
Hey, how are you?
Hey, how you doing, buddy?
Good.
I thought I recognized you.
I've seen you there.
What are you driving here?
Chevelle?
Is this your 396?
That's mine.
Tell me about it. Oh, you don't mind if I record it, do you?
No.
Okay. It might end up on YouTube.
Oh, that's, that might end up, you have to delete that or edit that or something.
I don't know. That's a mighty fine looking car. All right.
Yeah, it's the original 396, original 4-speed car, true 138 car.
So that's an actual, a real super sport then.
Yeah.
Yes.
True, yeah.
All right.
The body frame and engine all match. All the numbers matching. So it's complete. Positive traction rear end,
Yeah.
and it's a lot of fun.
Oh yeah.
It'll scare you if you want it to.
Well, I reckon. I do reckon. There's a shoebox Ford and another Ford.
I can't jump that high because I'm too heavy.
Automatic. That's pretty wide between the heads, but I'm not sure what this is. 318, 340, hard to say. Mercury Cougar, 289. Now I'm not up on my Cougars, but this would be maybe 69 perhaps. Here's an old Chevy. I like that air cleaner. Small block. This yours, sir?
No.
Well, that's a nice looking paint job too.
Yeah,
Oh, look at that fine interior. Oh, me. Tag says 41. All right. Nice looking C10. A big block. Here's an old Ford. And another big block.
Yeah, I saw it because I had went to the grocery store.
Yeah, I didn't know it.
357.
See if I can see the wind.
It was on Facebook and everything, you know. Oh, well, thank you, babe. Oh, I had it. Yeah. Well, I had it done with
Oh, that's pretty.
He's got 5, 6, 7. He's always. He fixes them himself. I mean, you know. Yeah, I got a 55. I'm getting well. We guys had it 5 years.
Yeah, 55. 57. Tri-5's making their presence known.
Well, when I was in high school, I had a red 57. Well, I bought this one. It's great. 2 old poles. And I just went through it, put him over, you know, just redone. You know, put 4-wheel discs, tire on it.
Oh, it's cool. Got him Larry Minor.
Larry Minor.
Well, here's an old Ford with a Ford power plant. That's good to see. You really had to do some cutting in there to squeeze him in there, though. All right. About that engine.
489 cubic inch big block, 871 blower, and 2 850 double pumpers.
What kind of horsepower you think it's making?
It's making well over 1,000.
Wow, it sounded like it.
That's not a car to mess with.
realize I was stepping in front of you.
It's got the dark pro heads on it, everything. It's built for that motor. Everything in that thing's built just for it.
Very good.
What size of blower you said on it?
871.
871.
That's the biggest street blower they make.
That's as big as the block, just about.
She's a monster.
You got the fuel put to it?
Huh?
Got the fuel put to it?
Got 86 jets all the way around in it. Nope. Don't put nitrous on one. If it won't run without nitrous, you don't need it.
There you go.
Stuff come alive.
Yeah.
Need that short burst.
I tell you what it'll do. You nail it, it'll pull 7,000 in first gear, put it in high. When you let up on it, front it, turn it 7, front it, fall like fall. Throw.
You hear what he said? 4 miles to the gallon.
Well, I don't doubt that.
Dang, that is beautiful. Missy, I can't believe I got you.
Don't know anybody want to buy one, do you?
Yeah, everybody.
They broke loose up there all the time.
Oh,
Kept the house.
And well, I mean, he could run everywhere around and you'd stay. Still have the same sound.
We had put our release July the 17th.
Well, that was fun.
All right, you still with me? Well, thank you for hanging around and watching. I hope you found something interesting in it, entertaining, and perhaps even helpful. If you try to do any, or if you attempt to do any of these upgrades to your advanced design truck, or any old vehicle for that matter. Sometimes the easiest things aren't, they look easier on paper than what they end up being, but it'll always go. So anyway, that fine deluxe heater is keeping me warm right now. Let me tell you, it's doing an outstanding job. Matter of fact, got the fan off, and to answer a question I had in this video, yes, there is a little bit of airflow through that heater when you're cruising. So I'm not needing the fan right now. And after I got it up to temp, no fan. So anyway. So, again, thanks for watching. I hope you have a good one. And I hope to see you around on the next one.